Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another edition of the MMT Social Hour. I'm your host, Jesse Fouts, and I'm joined this evening by Jenna Ensign,
Hey y'all.
Chelsea Hart,
Hi.
and Jeff Bowman.
What's up, everybody?
This evening, we're going to talk about one of the most underrated parts of a universal vacation, in my opinion. And I think it's underrated because I think a lot of people just write this off and don't really make that plan. And some people don't make the plan until they get there and see how incredible this is. And of course, I'm talking about Universal's Volcano Bay. I think Universal's Volcano Bay is just, it completes that vacation for Universal. And especially when you're coming to Orlando. And I think a lot of people look at Universal's Volcano Bay and they think, well, it's just another water park, right? I've been to a water park. I don't need to go to this water park. But that's not true. And I think that you'll find out why Universal's Volcano Bay it's just not another water park, right? And we're definitely going to show some fun clips of, we've got one of Chelsea doing the aqua coaster, and we've got some other clips in just some things around the park, and we're just going to talk about what's included at Volcano Bay, kind of give you a little bit of an overview, and really try to let you know why you should really consider adding that third park access to your tickets on your next Universal vacation. So before I start, I would ask how many of you have been to Volcano Bay, but we've all actually been to Volcano Bay together.
Yeah.
So we've actually been there. We've experienced it. I live here in the Orlando area, so I go quite a bit, and I love it. It's my family's favorite water theme park in the area, and I definitely recommend it to anybody. But what would you say? How many times have you been to Volcano Bay?
I've been three.
Three.
Mhm.
Chelsea?
Probably like 5 or 6.
Yeah. Jeff?
Once for like an hour and a half.
But
With us.
With
But
us.
Yeah.
an hour and a half it was. It was a good time.
It was a fun time.
So now that you live here in the area, Jeff, you're definitely going to have to take advantage of that Florida resident access and enjoy Volcano Bay, because Volcano Bay really, it's just a fantastic place to just go relax for a couple hours. Again, it's definitely, in my opinion, it's a very relaxing water park too. Not a lot of hustle bustle, got to get to this ride, that type of thing. So, let's just jump right in and talk about Universal's Volcano Bay. So, Universal's Volcano Bay, it's actually pretty big. It's pretty spread out. We've got several different areas at Volcano Bay. You have Krakatoa, which is the volcano. So that's where you're going to find the wave pool and the plunge coaster. And then you've got Wave Village. Wave Village, you're going to find over in Wave. That's, you got some slides around that area. Then we have Rainforest Village, and then we've got River Village. In total, 30 different experiences. And that includes 15 different rides, slides, including the Krakatoa Aqua Coaster. And that is really fun. So that's actually, we've got a nice video to show. And might need to turn down your audio here in a minute. They've also got 2 dedicated kids areas. So you've got the Runamucka Reef and the Tot Tiki Reef. And the Tots for your smaller children, Runamucka is going to be for your, the older children. But these very, very, I would say, an enticing area to see all that water plays on. Very good for kids. And that's one thing I think that Volcano Bay, would you say it's, a lot of people I think look at Volcano Bay and they think, well, it's, my kids are not going to be old enough to ride these rides and they're not going to be able to do this. There's a lot to do at Volcano Bay for kids.
Yeah, I brought my 2-year-old. He was 2 at the time when we went for the first time, and I was like, we'll just show up here, right? Like, it's this, we had never been, so it was our first time. And he found Runamucka Reef and Tot Tiki Reef, and he didn't want to leave. Like, he cried when we made him leave because it was just so much fun. We found a little spot to drop our stuff. We used the lockers, and then we went over there and we just let him play. So we took turns. We did the tapu tapu, and we would go tap for our return times on the big rides for us. And then we would take turns going back and forth when he stayed there. But they have the little tiny slides. They've got the water pails that fill up and dump. But he literally spent all day there.
Yeah.
Really not that much to upgrade your ticket. So if you're thinking like, oh, I have little kids, like, and they can only do so much, like, why do it? It's not that much more to upgrade your ticket. And it's so close to everything. I mean, it's walkable from really 4 resorts from Aventura, Cabana, and Sapphire. It's super walkable. So it's like right there.
Yep.
An extension essentially. Just a
And
lot.
that's what we did. We stayed at Cabana Bay and then just walked over there in the morning and spent our day there. I really wasn't expecting to stay all day, to be honest, because I was like, there can't be that much for little kids. Like, right, there's usually splash pads and they get bored with them after a little bit, but not there.
Yeah. Yep. I would say, when you're talking about a water park and you're talking about, visiting, you think of, having to haul your raft or whatever your raft is up a flight of stairs, and you're waiting in these giant lines. And I grew up in that type of a water park environment, and we loved it, right? But we'd spend all day waiting in line and heading down on a couple rides. But I think this is something that's really different about Volcano Bay, and we're going to talk about it. But before we talk about it, check this out. This is Chelsea, our very own Chelsea.
That was
getting ready.
Come on. Yes.
What did you say?
That wasn't me.
I will say I did not prior to.
We can't hear you, Chelsea.
Oh. I was saying I didn't know what a water coaster meant. A cool vibe.
Nope, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
She's asking off. Like taking me off.
And there we go.
That's so long.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you really did scream the entire ride.
That was my little cousin laughing at me. I did not know that water rides could make you go up like that one does. I genuinely did not think when they said water coaster, I thought it was just like a fun way to describe it.
Yeah.
No, it's a friggin' like roller coaster in the water. Like you go up, you go down, you go back up again.
Yep.
I'm not a rides person, clearly, but it was fun. I would do it again.
Yeah. So honestly, I think this is the best ride at Volcano Bay, in my opinion. I think it is, and it is their signature attraction. I mean, the Krakatoa Aqua Coaster is, it is a water roller coaster pretty much, and this is going to be the most popular ride to get on. This is the one that's going to have the wait time that's going to be the longest. But this is one that's really good to hit first thing in the morning. Early park entry, get in, do this ride before you even have to tap in. And speaking of tap, I think that's what we need to talk about. So, what really sets this, what sets Volcano Bay apart from other parks, right? Tapu Tapu. Now, I'm not just speaking another language. And for anybody that's never been to Volcano Bay, you're going to understand they give you a wearable wristband. And it's kind of, for those of you that are watching that have been to Disney, it's kind of like a magic band, but it's a little different than that. It's kind of like one of those old watches that you used to buy. But
Yeah.
it's interactive.
Chelsea, like, yeah, it has seven functionalities, right?
So we're going to talk about that. I'm not going to let you go ahead, and it's 5.
I'm not. I was going to let you let
I-
Chelsea because this is her winning.
Oh yes, so we're going to get there. So I'm going to let Chelsea take us through the first of these 5 functions. But before we go there, so everybody is issued one of these, right? Like, so when you come into the park and you can see our video here. This is Jeff coming into Volcano Bay for the first time. He's getting his wearable Tapu Tapu. He's going to put this on, and he's going to then enjoy the park how it's meant to be. This is different from another water park because, Chelsea, what is one of the functions of Tapu Tapu?
So you can tap to ride.
Uh-huh.
Is that what's okay? So tap to ride. So each ride has a totem pole like that. And like you were mentioning, waiting in long lines, you don't have to do that. We'll give you that return time. It will let you know when time's up, or it'll say like ride now, and you just go up on the line. And there may be like some line, but it's not going to be the whole wait time. So it's essentially just letting you do other things that don't require like to tap in, like the wave pool, like the rivers, stuff like that you could just hop in and enjoy, so that you're not spending all day waiting in line. And that's like sucks. No one wants to stand in their bathing suit like in the blazing sun. You're gonna get sunburn, you're gonna be uncomfortable, like you said, carrying the rafts. You don't have to do that. So it just makes it for a much more enjoyable day.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. And you can only tap one ride at a time. So like if you decide you don't want to ride this one, you can go tap at another one. But you can only tap into one ride at a time.
Yep.
And one of the things I really like about it is that if you're not looking down at your watch or your wearable, it actually will vibrate and let you know when it's time to ride. It'll say ride now. And before we go any further, it's interesting. You do need to note that there are going to be rides that will say ride now. You don't have to tap into those rides. So when you come in early morning, there's going to be rides that you just walk on and ride. You're not having to make a virtual line to come back. But things like that, there's strategy behind it, right? Like, if the Krakatoa Aqua Coaster is going to be a very long wait, go tap into it, go enjoy the lazy river, go enjoy the Ono and the OEA slides, your lunch break, whatever it is you're going to do during that time. And instead of spending that physical time in line, you can go do other things. And I think that's really a great thing, especially when you're, talking about time on your vacation. You want to relax too. So go hang out in the wave pool and wait to ride. Chelsea, give me another function.
All right. Is it going to be tap to pay, play? Oh, I'm doing
to pay. Yes.
No, you're doing such a good job.
So in this video, I'm purchasing this shirt right here. So you can see I'm doing my tap to pay.
I didn't realize you were videoing all of this.
So what we need to understand about tap to pay is that you actually, how this works, because again, you're wondering, well, how the heck do I have my card information on my Tapu Tapu? Well, it's very interesting what you do. It's connected through the Universal app. So you do have to have the Universal Orlando app, and you do have to set up a payment method on that app prior. And I suggest setting it up prior. You can set it up while you're in the park, but definitely set it up ahead of time. And then basically, instead of actually having to carry your wallet around with you in the water park, you can actually take your Tapu Tapu. So that's a very good thing to have. So very convenient for pay. Chelsea, give me another tap to. What can I do? Tap to what?
tap to play.
Okay.
Snap.
Tap to snap was going to be our next one. All right. So tap in right here. You're going to go stand in front, and there'll be a camera directed. We had to figure this out.
Oh,
But there's Chelsea posing. So,
Again, I didn't realize you were videoing all this. This is perfect.
yeah. So she tapped to snap. So she snapped. And let's talk about this, right? So if you're buying the Universal My Photo package, it works here at Volcano Bay, not just in the theme parks. So this is another place where you're going to be able to use that photo package. So definitely take advantage of that, because there's some great photo spots throughout Volcano Bay. So that's yet another function of your tap to. All right, let's see. Let's give me another tap to.
tap to lock.
Tap to lock. Yes. So this lockers are not complimentary at Volcano Bay. So you do have to do tap to pay here and then tap to lock. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to walk up to the little station, the totem, you're going to tap. You're going to purchase your locker. They have different size lockers, but this is your locker for the day. This is, I highly recommend if you're not staying at one of the close by hotels and you're going to bring your valuables and you don't want to leave them just anywhere, definitely grab a locker. There's in the different villages, there's going to be different locker stations that you can take advantage of. And we shoved quite a bit in that one locker.
Yeah,
I think we had 5 people's things.
Yeah, we got a lot in that one. And it's $20 for the day there. The pricing could change whenever you go, but just know, you do have those lockers available. So again, that's another function. All right, Chelsea, give me another tap to function.
my favorite, tap to play.
Tap to play. That's right. Now I don't have a fun video here because I want to protect the kids that were flying in the making of the video. So let me give you an idea. So when it says tap to play, there's going to be certain places around Volcano Bay where you're going to see the light. It's going to be a multicolored light, right? It's like a totem, and you walk up and you tap your tapu, and it's going to cause something to happen, right? In this picture, you can see the lazy river. This is, I have a PhD in lazy river, so I love lazy river. But this lazy river actually has some elements to it that makes it even more, exciting. So in front of me, you can kind of see the tiki face here. If you tap in, water is going to spit out of his mouth. And there's several of these stations around, and Chelsea was going through and terrorizing kids unsuspectingly on their floats. So,
Well,
a wonderful afternoon.
She did save the infant. There was a little one.
Quite
and she
literally rained on their parade.
yes.
It was really cloudy that day, though. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's okay. I mean, it's
It's
part
gonna rain anyway.
like if your friends are in it, you could time it right, or strangers. I mean, it's up for anyone. And you tap it will shoot and land right on them, and they don't know where it's coming from.
That's true.
Part, and everybody's looking around like, what just happened?
And you're on a bridge, so they can't retaliate, which is nice. So you can get away before they find you. In this case, so we had to usher her away really quick, But no, it's so you have tap to ride, tap to snap, tap to pay, tap to lock, tap to play. So again, your wearable tapu gives you multiple functionalities, but we mentioned this earlier, but if you're staying at one of these close by resorts, so Cabana Bay actually has a very close private entrance. You can actually walk from Aventura Hotel as well. And then of course, just right across the street from there is Sapphire Falls. And then of course, not too far from there is Royal Pacific. All of the resorts are going to offer a bus transportation to Volcano Bay. So if you can't walk to it from Volcano Bay or Aventura, you can definitely take a bus from the dockside, from Portofino Bay, Hard Rock, wherever you're staying. Definitely a great thing to have, and especially getting that private access and getting in and out of the park there is really nice. So let's talk about add-ons, right? Now, have either of you done one of these premium add-ons for your stay at Volcano Bay.
We did preferred seating, yeah.
Yep.
I did prefer Anna
Yeah.
separate time.
So let's talk about preferred seating real quick. A lot of people are going to look at this. So preferred seating, and I don't have a picture here of this, but they're kind of like these. They're loungers. So there's going to be two loungers, and then there's going to be a little locker shared. So you can fit up to 4 people in these loungers.
And they have the cover,
Yeah.
like the shell, the clam shell.
And these are going to be right in front of Krakatoa volcano. So you're going to be, center and right there as you come into the park. So very conveniently located. And of course, the preferred seating is it's a date-based pricing, and definitely a great option if you don't want to go up to the cabana, but you definitely want to have an area, where you can actually have your own personal locker right there, because it's kind of like a wooden box, but it's locked. You got a key that you keep on you for that, so you don't actually have to rent a locker. Another great thing, Jenna, what is another perk of preferred seating? Do you know?
Don't you have a waiter?
That's right. Yep.
I think because we didn't get to use it very much, but when we did, we did.
Yep. You don't have to do a waiter service, but you definitely, one of the things you will find, lines are long for food at Volcano Bay.
And drinks.
Yeah.
So having that service is nice. So definitely there's no tapu for the food, but there is mobile ordering. So just now, for your waiter service, you actually will, you'll do an actual mobile order, in that they'll give you a QR code to use for that. And then they'll bring you food. Cabanas. So pictured here, actually you've got 2 cabana units. They have single standalone cabanas. They have double-decker cabanas. And then of course there on the bottom was one of it was the single private cabana that we rented that fits up to 6 people. They do have family cabanas that will hold up to 16 people. These are fantastic for your stay at Volcano Bay. They're located in different areas of the park. A lot of people will ask, and Chelsea, do you know the answer to this? Can you request what area you want your cabana in?
Yeah, so you can request areas, and then you can also request, like, see how this one's a double decker, like the top floor. They are requests, but then there is something that's not a request. They actually have accessible cabanas as well. You're guaranteed, on the first floor like that, in an area that's easy to get to. And all of Volcano Bay is pretty accessibility friendly, paved roads and stuff like that. So it is a very good option if you have someone in your party who may need a break. We have my mom, and it's great to be able to kind of leave her there sometimes to like take a break, put her feet up while we go on the rides that she can't or doesn't want to do.
One of the great things about the cabanas, that, maybe you might not know if you haven't done one of these, you've actually got your own personalized tapu station inside the cabana, and it gives you access to all the rides. So when you do tapu, normally you actually have to go to the physical ride and find the ride totem and then tap in to get your return time. In the cabana, you can scroll through and tap into your ride there. So that way you're not having to actually go and walk all the way across the park to tap in for Krakatoa Aqua Coaster. It's a very, very convenient. Of course, you've got your own cabana attendant. When you get there, they're going to see a plate of fruit and cookie for welcome. You're going to have a fridge stocked with waters. And then of course, they're going to let you know, they can serve, if you want to order drinks, food, they're going to be there to take care of you. Another inclusion of cabanas is towels. So you do get towels. So let's talk about that real quick. Are towels included with your admission to Volcano Bay?
No.
Right. A lot of people don't know this, and you get there and then you have to end up renting a towel. So definitely one of the things you want to make sure that when you're visiting Volcano Bay is either bring your own towel, prepare to pay for a towel rental, Do not bring your hotel towels. I know that's a very tempting thing to do, but do not do that. Actually, that they definitely strongly discourage that. So definitely avoid any type of issues with the hotel by not bringing the towels.
May or may not have done that.
we got that on camera. That's good. But that's something you might need to know. What else is something you might need to know about Universal's Volcano Bay?
It's awesome.
Awesome. That's right.
The Fearless River. So you said you got a PhD in the lazy river. I get bored in the lazy river, but they have the Fearless River where you put on your life vest and you get to float around and get tossed around and taken advantage of in the Fearless River.
So I call it lazy and crazy. So you have a lazy river and you have a crazy river.
Well, that fits.
So you definitely have to wear a life vest in the crazy river, as I call it. It runs, and that's such a fun place to go. And my kids will stay in that because it takes you right through the volcano. It's just nice because you've got the different waves that come up and take you and, try to pull you under and scrape your knees and stuff like that. It's so fun, right? It's definitely.
I think that's where we spent a good hour of our hour and a half there.
Yeah, we just stayed in it.
Yeah, I could have been there all day.
So let's talk real quick, and of course, I didn't put all these options on in any type of a slide here, but let's talk about food at Volcano Bay, because I actually think, in my opinion, the quick service at Volcano Bay is fantastic.
The food is really good there.
Yes, the island chicken sandwich is probably one of my favorite things.
Yes. They also have really delicious drinks too. Yeah. So we got it's hot in there.
So let's talk about that right here. I've got my Volcano Bay cup. So
I've got a tank top that has that on that.
You can purchase. Now, I don't know if your tank top will do this, but my cup will get me. I can actually take this to Volcano Bay when I go next, and they will fill this with certain drinks at a discounted price. So
that happens with the tank top too.
Well, definitely. I know the cup is bonus.
Trying to figure out how that works.
I'm not going to comment on the tank top. I can't comment here and there on that. But definitely check out. You can get a souvenir cup there. But they're going to have, like Jenna said, they have different drinks. They've got some great frozen drinks. They've got some great cocktails, different bar areas around. If you are doing one of the refillable mugs on your visit, the refillable mugs they work here. You can purchase them at Volcano Bay. You can bring your mug and reactivate it there. It's only $9.95 to reactivate a mug once you've purchased it. If you didn't purchase multiple days. So it does work there. So definitely keep that in mind. So let's, I think this is also a really interesting thing. We talk about this. It's not that much more to add Volcano Bay to your ticket. In some cases, it's only $30, $37, I think is what it is, to add this. And especially now with a promo ticket that they have, it's just a great value. Even if you visit for half a day, you're going to get your money's worth. And that's the great thing about Volcano Bay is, you're going to go and you're going to realize I should have planned a full day here. Mm-hmm. I should have made this a point of my vacation. And everybody that I talk to that, goes and says, hey, I really had no idea how awesome Volcano Bay was. And they were just like, I've got to go back. And I've had people say, we're planning a trip back and we're going to do Volcano Bay 2 of our 4 days there, because it's a great destination. But
summer vacations,
right?
I mean, even if you do not even full days, but if you're doing like half days, bang out like the dry parks, like in the morning, and then you take your afternoon and spend them in Volcano Bay, and you can even go back to dry parks at night or just city walk.
Right. Yeah. The one thing I will say is that it's hot. So the ground is hot. So make sure you bring shoes that you can walk on that concrete with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I recommend. If I'll bring my Crocs, and you guys can make fun of me on that But if you want water shoes, definitely bring water shoes or flip flops,
Flip-flops.
whatever you're going to have, because it does. And now there are areas where they actually spray the ground because it does get hot. So let's talk about a very important tip, a very, very important tip. Let's say if you're not going to buy a cabana or preferred seating, what is the next best thing to that?
Get there.
Early park
Early
entry.
entry.
Early park, yes. And this is, I can't stress this enough. Early park at Volcano Bay is huge for a couple reasons. If you're not going to pay for preferred seating, early park is going to get you in before everybody else, which means you're going to get the best seats that are available in the park. Not only that, you're going to be able to ride those attractions that are going to have a higher wait time throughout the day with little to no wait during early park. So usually you'll find if it's not peak season summer, early park's usually about 30 minutes prior to park opening. Usually during the summertime, they're going to bump that up to about an hour before. So you're really going to see about a 9 o'clock entry or a 9:30 entry time when the parks are opening 10 o'clock, 10:30, somewhere around there. But definitely it is, I really think it's one of Universal's most underrated things that when people plan their vacation down, because Universal, the theme parks are fantastic. You can enjoy Wizarding World, you can enjoy, the Velocicoaster, but, and you could still enjoy those things. You could still go have a Volcano Bay day, go back to your hotel, shower, refresh, eat dinner, and then hit the parks for the last couple hours. Get in and take advantage of Volcano Bay. Definitely do, early park admission. When you book your vacation with Marvelous Mouse, or even if you just book your tickets with Marvelous Mouse, you do get that early park admission included. You don't have to be staying on a Universal property in order to get early park when you do buy tickets with Marvelous Mouse. But if you are staying on property, highly recommend, looking at adding that as a value to your next vacation, because your kids will thank you. Your wife or husband will thank you. It's a great place to relax and just get off your feet. But it's a fantastic thing. Anything else they should know about Volcano Bay? Anybody?
Oh, I kind of want to add too that if you are staying on site, a good time to also visit would be at night when they do have their later hours, because people that have been there all day start to filter out. So if you just want to pop in, my plan is when I fly in, actually, because they're open till 8, which is later than, they're starting to get into their summer hours now, is to drop my bags and go do my half day at Bay right then and there.
Yeah, it is. It's neat at night, especially the wave pool there at Krakatoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's lit up and it's just pretty. It's almost like it's not the same, but almost like that Pandora, how at night it kind of transitions. It's a similar vibe at Volcano Bay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I would even argue that Volcano Bay is my favorite Universal Studios park.
Wow. That's high praise.
It is. And I'm not a water park person.
Yeah.
I mean, we grew up around water parks, but this is just, I think it might be my favorite.
Yep. I mean, and honestly, it is. It transcends just a normal water park.
Yeah.
It really
it's not just a water. It's not a water park. It's a water theme park. That's what. But
and you see, the traditional aspects of a water park, if that's what you're looking for, you have the wave pool, you have the lazy river, stuff like that, but it's very dynamic. You get a lot more, and especially if I think paying for some of the upgrades just makes it a way better experience if that's in your budget. Even just the premium seating, just to make a full day out of it. But those cabanas, if you're going not even just with your family, with a group or something, you split it, it's not that bad. I mean, prices go up in the summer because you need it more in the summer, or you want it more. The demand's higher, but I don't think you'll regret spending the extra money on those upgrades, especially.
And again, I love it. I think it's eye catching. I think that when you walk in, and this is, if you're walking straight in and you walk into the center, this is what you see. Right, you're looking right at Krakatoa, and you've got the big wave pool in front of you, and of course, just spreads out from there. I love it. I absolutely love it. but definitely, you can even get some Volcano Bay theme park view rooms at Cabana Bay. So they do have special rooms that actually view the volcano, so you can look out at it. They've got a suite there you can check out. But definitely think about adding this to your next Universal vacation. You won't be sorry. I guarantee it. So,
Agreed.
well, if nobody else has anything else to say, and jump in if you do, we do want to thank you for joining us for another edition of the MMT Social Hour. We hope that this has helped you consider Volcano Bay for your next vacation. And if anyone if you want to reach out and get help with your next Universal vacation, check out marvelousmousetravels.com/contact us. Send us a message. You will be put in touch with one of our highly knowledgeable Universal agents that will help you book, and it's no cost to you for them to help you. And there are extra perks like the early park admission for tickets. There's a couple of different promotions right now where you can get a gift card just for booking and be entered to win a big gift card, I think up to $500. So definitely reach out to a Marvelous Mouse Travels agent today to help you with that. And I don't know where you're watching this from or what time you're watching this, but whatever it is, I hope that you have a marvelous rest of your day. And we're going to say goodbye. Bye.
Can't wait to go back